Well, hey, it's me again. I really don't know what to tell you. Except it's April, National Poetry Month. Month's damn near over. I've only read you one poem so far, and I should read something else and probably just keep it going. It doesn't have to be Poetry Month to read a poem. I can do it whenever I feel like it, because this is my video channel. Okay, so the poem I'm going to read is a poem entitled Dostoyevsky by Charles Bukowski. Now, Dostoyevsky was the greatest, most ingenious writer of the Russian language, of Russian literature. He was a great influence on great 20th century thinkers as Freud, Sartre, Camus, really big names, and Charles Bukowski. Now, who would know? Dostoyevsky, he grew up in an upper middle class family, was put into the military as a young man, was into socialist ideas when he was young. Later on, and he went to prison because he was part of a group that was reading literature that was banned by Tsarist Russia, so he was in prison, and they were going to execute him, and he got a reprieve right at the last moment, and just saved his ass, saved his life. But it was a very frightening, terrifying experience, I'm sure, and had a profound influence on Dostoyevsky and his writing. Now, Charles Bukowski, as many of us who know him know, he really lived in the slums in Los Angeles and wrote about the low life, drinking, whorehouses, gambling. Oh, he did have that in common with Dostoyevsky, because that was a lifelong affliction of his. He was addicted to gambling. Got introduced to it when he was a young guy in the military. Anyway, Dostoyevsky was a very devout Christian. Bukowski, atheist. And he definitely, Bukowski wouldn't be part of any social movement or anything like that. He was very apolitical. But anyway, I think he did respect good writing, which Dostoyevsky had. I have a book of his right here, Crime and Punishment. I suggest reading it. Brothers Karamazov is another great book. I thought I had a copy around here. I guess maybe I don't. But anyway, I figure that Bukowski, when he's taking a break at the sardine can factory or wherever he was working with the guys, probably drinking from a flask while he was working, smoking cigarettes, I think he probably had a book like in his lunch pail, and was probably reading stuff like Dostoyevsky. I mean, Bukowski, he only had 2 years at City College, and that was all he wrote. But he respected literature, and he returned to colleges when he was around 50 years old. Finally got fame because he was being invited to give readings. And he just kept on the drinking and the whoring and just living life on his terms. And you got to respect that. Okay, so Dostoyevsky by Charles Bukowski. Against the wall, the firing squad ready. Then he got a reprieve. Suppose they had shot Dostoyevsky before he wrote all that. I suppose it wouldn't have mattered, not directly. There are billions of people who have never read him and never will. But as a young man, I know that he got me through the factories, past the whores, lifted me high through the night, and put me down in a better place. Even while in the bar drinking with the other derelicts, I was glad they gave Dostoyevsky a reprieve. Gave me one. allowed me to look directly at those rancid faces in my world, death pointing its finger. I held fast, an immaculate drunk, sharing the stinking dark with my brothers. That was Dostoyevsky by Charles Bukowski. Well, I'm Jay Guy. I think I'm just going to get the hell out of here. I will see you later. Stay cool.